Hey everyone, it's Michael B. Moore, aka Micvinny, and I'm glad that you're here with me. And I'm glad to be here because now I am done with my 14-day no sugar challenge. Hey Michael, what's the 14-day no sugar challenge? Thank you for asking. So, for those who this is your first time ever seeing my face, hearing my voice, visiting my website or anything like that. I was doing a special challenge with one of my good friends. He's another personal trainer. His name is Ron York. And we actually have a working history together because we actually worked at this one company and we met as, it's funny because we always joke about this all the time. We met as computer engineers slash software engineers, and we did these specialized projects. And ever since then, we've been always kind of challenging each other every year. And a lot of times we don't let people know that we're doing it. But now that I've put myself out there and I created, the Micvinny persona, and he's actually gone to personal training himself, we decided it'd be fun if we start broadcasting when we do these challenges. So what was going on with myself is I was eating a little too much sugar. I was being up at night looking for the sweets of the sweets. So I was eating cakes, cookies, all this stuff. Especially it was like a rampant time period in around March time frame when the weather was up and down and then it snowed and I had a lot of stress going on, and so I caved into food. Talked to my good buddy Ron. He had the same issue going on with himself. So what we decided to do is get on this 14-day no sugar challenge. We kept it simple. We didn't make it super complicated because at the same time while I was doing this challenge, I actually had a new client get into my system, and I kind of wanted to encourage that client to do well with my coaching program. And whenever I start coaching people, especially on this particular program, I have the specialized diet that I put them on. So I wanted this person to feel comfortable. So I decided to go a little more extreme than what the diet calls for. And so that's what I did with the no sugar challenge. When I say extreme, I mean talk about no sugar in general for 14 days straight. And so for the 14 days straight, the premise was I was not to eat sugar from junk food or, from sweets. Fruit was okay. Grains was okay on the days I worked out. So I did not go all strictly paleo or anything like that where I totally got rid of every single carbohydrate. No, not at all. And as a matter of fact, one of the reasons I did this diet, or excuse me, I should say I took this challenge, was because I wanted to prove to my client, as well as to myself, that if you follow my diet methods in my training program, you're going to see results. So I purposely did not do exactly what I tell my clients to do on their programs, just so I can see how much weight I would lose. Okay, so I had my version of this challenge, and then Ron had his version of the challenge. And so back and forth we were going mainly on Instagram because we would just want to have a fun with Instagram. That's a platform I don't use that often. I'm personally a bigger Facebook user, so if you go to the Micvinny page or my own personal page, Michael Moore, you'll see me talk a little more often on those about fitness, nutrition, about what's going on with myself. But every now and then, yeah, I'll get on Instagram. Twitter is still kind of new to me, so I'll admit I'm not on Twitter like I am on Facebook. And then even with the YouTube videos, I've been doing this one time a week. So anyone that comes to my blog, they'll see this video post, and some people who may not ever come to this blog, they can see the same video on YouTube. So I try to stretch myself out and reach everyone's, demographic, social media preference, I guess you can say. But me personally, a Facebook, blog, and YouTube for my blogs, I guess you can say. So I have this presence out there, and I wanted to reach out. Ron wanted to reach out. We just decided, hey, let's do this. So we did it. So I can honestly say I did the 14 days challenge, and I lasted 14 days without sugar. That other guy, that's another issue. That's his problem. So this is my blog. I want to talk about me, not him. So during the challenge, it was just very interesting seeing what happens the very first couple of days of when you get rid of sugar out your diet. And like most people, they're gonna, oh my gosh, that's so hard, that's so hard. Automatically, you're starting to defeat yourself up here. And that's something that the challenge kind of helps you with, is you realize that you need to get the heck out your own head. You're your own worst enemy. You're your own worst critic. That negativity, that negative thoughts, all that stuff needs to go. Like if you're serious about making a change, no matter what I say to you, you're going to complain about it. And that's something I noticed, especially when it comes towards when I used to work at the gym. Like no matter if I try and train you for free, or if I charge you, $50,000 to train with me, you're going to complain. It's always going to be too much. And what it is that negativity in you that comes out. And so when someone puts you in a place that takes you out your comfort zone, you automatically going to reject it. And so that's why day one, this challenge is so important, because it put me out of my comfort zone, because the day before I was eating donuts. I was eating cakes. I was eating bags of Doritos, Cheetos. Like I said this several times, like I literally had family-sized Doritos and Cheetos that I ate in like almost 2 settings. I had like the cheese covered hands and everything out, licking it off my fingers. My wife is a witness. She saw it all. She saw it went down, how it went down. So I went directly from that towards this diet. So that first day was painful. I'm not gonna lie about that. And I knew that going into it, that it was gonna be painful. And that's why that's why I really wanted to do this, because I wanted to prove to my clients that no matter how hard your diet was before, you can get results. Like you have to show up. That's what the key is. You just gotta show up. And day one is always the hardest. That first step is always the hardest. No matter what you do in life, that first step is always the hardest. So once you went past that first day, the second day, the third day, everything started getting a lot easier. And then all of a sudden I start feeling good again. The little vicious cycle of sugar, it's like you eat sugar, a lot of junk food, and you feel bad about eating it, so you eat some more. And you think you're gonna feel better, so you're gonna eat some more. And what it is it makes you feel good for a little bit, but then you realize what you just did, and you're putting all these unnecessary calories, and then you're gonna feel bad. And it's just this vicious cycle. So once you're able to get outside of that cycle, it's amazing what happens. And just eating what you should be eating, healthy foods. And I didn't even make it super complicated as well. I was not trying to eat a certain amount of calories every day or anything like that. I just ate. All I was trying to do was eat food. That's all I was doing. Get my vegetables in, get my protein sources in, and get some healthy carbs on the days I worked out. And that was it. It was very simple. And during this time period, I kind of mixed up my workout just a little bit, just because I knew I would not be eating to support heavy weightlifting. So I kind of reduced the amount of weights I was using, but I still was working out at the gym. 14 days. 14 days went by very quickly. And of course, the first couple of days are rough, and then you get in the groove, and then you get bored, and then you get tempted. There's temptation around every corner. And for me, luckily, once that craving was gone, I stopped. I could care less. Like if I saw something sweet on TV, I didn't think about it. It's like, yeah, that's good, but I got a piece of fruit in the refrigerator. That's all I need. And it just felt good. So 14 days is up. I did it. I did lose pounds. And remember when I said that I did this in a way where I was not as perfect as I expect my clients to be. Like I actually went a little overboard on some days when I ate. I may have introduced some carbs on days I shouldn't have, but that was on purpose, because I purposely sabotaged myself. I still follow my rules, but I purposely self-sabotaged myself because I just wanted to see what would happen if a person I worked with did not follow what I said exactly. So I changed my little special program. Like I can't share that with you because you're not paying me right now. So if a person pays me money, they get this pretty cool little plan I put them on that gets them to drop lots of weight. So my version of what I was doing was a little bit of the plan, but not perfect. And even doing that, I still lost 10 pounds in 14 days, So I know it works. I know it works, because I'm sitting here looking at my recording. I see it in my face again, like, starting to get that slim look again. So it's just incredible what happened. It's incredible what happened to me in 14 days of just taking excess sugar out of my diet. I didn't go overboard. I didn't calorie count, nothing like that. All I did was take it out and analyze how I felt, and I feel better now. I feel like the old Mike again. I don't. I'm never not saying like, oh, I'm never going to eat sugar again. No, I'm going to eat sugar. I'm just going to be more mindful of it. And every now and then, you got to reassess your mindset and get that negative thoughts and all that negativity out, and remember your overall objective. Don't focus on just a little short term. Remember the overall goal. So you're going to stumble. That's okay. It's just a matter of keep going up that hill. Okay. So that's what's been going on with Micvinny. So hopefully good things are going on with you. I hope to see you around next week. Hope to see you around on my Facebook page as well. Like if you have no idea, oh, Micvinny has a Facebook page, check it out. That's where I put a lot of information as well. And while you're there, you know, why don't you like me, Michael V. Moore on Facebook? No problem. All right, so this is me. I'll see you next time.